Hi, everybody. I'm back to talk to you about the August 19th Aquarius Full Moon. And this will be a very potent full moon, one of the most important of 2024. It's featuring the sign of Aquarius, which is all about finding your own authenticity, doing you, breaking patterns of the past. It's a very progressive sign. It loves to think about going outside the box, detaching, creating creating a tribe. It loves community-driven energy, but it's in opposition to the sun in Leo. And with any full moon, there's a pressure point, there's a balancing act that needs to happen. And this is pretty potent because the moon in Aquarius opposing the sun in Leo is going to be in a T-square, a stressful combination, a pushing combination with Uranus, the planet of change, the planet of chaos, the planet of unpredictability. So there is a game changer kind of energy here that is going to potentially throw some of us for a loop. And it is going to be exacerbated because Mercury is going backwards, retrograde. Mercury had started going retrograde right with the August 4th Leo new moon. And now at this stage, so it's actually kind of like the halfway point of the Mercury retrograde. We have this really potent full moon, which is showcasing the unpredictability of Uranus. And it's so important with full moons to be observers, to know that there may be some big reveals, there may be some important, awareness that needs to happen in order for you to make peace with something, to kind of wrap it up. And so there's an important turning point that arrives with this full moon. And I think what's really important with this full moon is to also, really kind of understand that the Aquarius energy is going to be strong. Aquarius wants change. Aquarius wants something different. Aquarius is very progressive. It wants to move forward. It has a part to it that is it doesn't care if it's different. It doesn't need to make everybody happy either, which I really respect out of Aquarius energy, because it just is a sign that needs to do what it wants to do and not care what what everybody else says. I love that about Aquarius. But that can sometimes bring its own difficulties, right? There's Aquarius can also be very disruptive because it likes to change the game. It likes to change things up. The ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. And here we see Uranus as a dominant player. And he's in this very, combative kind of pressure point with the sun and the moon. Now, another very important feature of this full moon is going to be Saturn. And Saturn is caught up in a near exact square with Jupiter. So Saturn is restrictive. Jupiter is, very expansive. So here we see there's a patience point. There's a necessity to kind of, something's holding back something. It's not like this is grandiose, go big energy. It can't be because of the Jupiter-Saturn square. The other thing, and adding more difficulty to this full moon story, is that Saturn is going to also be staring down Venus, the planet of love, the planet of relationships, the planet of money, planet of value. She is now, at this point of the month of August, she is in the sign of Virgo. And Venus in Virgo is much more practical, much more factual, much more not necessarily about the grandness. She's more about the realities. Like Venus in Virgo would love for you not to buy her something that's expensive and frilly. She'd rather you show up and, fix her leaky faucet or something like that. She's very practical. And there's something that's pushing that envelope for her in the month of August, a good portion of the month of August. But here she's staring down from Saturn, and so there's a potential break, potential disruption with a relationship, with a value set, with maybe Venus and Virgo can also be very critical of itself, like there may be some self-criticism that's happening at this time. So there's a lot of complexities here that need to be considered in how you're going to engage with this full moon energy. And one of the most important things with any sort of Aquarian energy is that you need to do you. You need to respect and honor what your differences and be loud and proud of them. There may be something that is criticizing that, or that is restricting you, or that is saying you need to go slow and steady versus putting it all out there all at once. But it's still important to respect that your needs. Another thing is that if you are in, you should be around a tribe of people that that align with your values. If you find yourself, or sometimes it's by necessity, in a group setting where you're with people who are not on the same wavelength as your values, this is where you're going to feel uncomfortable, and you're going to want to feel like you want to break away, because there is that detachment kind of energy that's coming through. If you are involved in some sort of project, and listen, it's a Mercury retrograde, so everything is changeable, everything is changing. If, hopefully you didn't start anything new in August. If you kind of got stuck into doing that or pushed into doing it, because sometimes things happen out of our control. Things are changing now at this stage of the full moon, and and again, they're going to continue to change until the end of the month when we get until Mercury goes direct. But it's like, if you need to vocalize yourself, you, again, and Mercury is going backwards, so you want to be careful of miscommunications, but Mercury is also back in Leo at this stage. So Leo needs to, kind of make itself be heard. It needs to be loud and proud. I think it's important always to, especially knowing where the nodes are, North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, it's important to at least vocalize, the differences that you want to bring to the table, but also be mindful and stay mindful that not everybody will accept them, because they, everything is a little bit uncomfortable right now. But I think that it's still important to say it, because it could plant some seeds, and it also, there's decisions that usually need to be made with a full moon. And with a full moon of this magnitude, the decisions will probably be big. There will probably be another pressuresome point that will be pushing us to make a decision, to take a leap, to do something that is different, to make a change, to break patterns, to align, take courage to align with the groups and communities that are more aligned with us than staying with communities or, groups that are not aligned with our value. So there's a lot going on here, and it is, there's a lot also involved with Chiron. I always continually see Chiron come up, and Chiron is the wounded healer. And there may be some sort of healing that's also in play with whatever decisions you make with this full moon. But it's a biggie. It's a biggie. It's going to be another big point of the year, because it's featuring that Jupiter-Saturn square, and it's disruptive. So, I know that we all can get through it. I also know that it will deliver some important illuminations. And I also know that it's egging you on to be, to lean into your own authenticity, even if it may need to take some bravery, courage, and, kind of belief in yourself. Always believe in yourself. At the end of the day, you are the person that matters the most, what your beliefs are. All right, everybody. Good luck. Lots more information in your horoscopes. Till next time.